Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to talk about JDBC, which is Java Database Connectivity. The contents of today's video, we're going to start with the introduction and with the JDBC architecture, the key JDBC interfaces, and the key JDBC classes with its pros and cons. The introduction, JDBC, short for Java Database Connectivity, is a Java API that enables Java programs to interact with databases. It defines a common interface for Java programs utilized when interacting with databases, regardless of the underlying database management system, which is DBMS. Java programs can use JDBC to execute SQL queries, receive result sets from the database, and conduct other database-related actions, including inserting, updating, and editing entries. JDBC is a set of classes and interfaces that define a standard method of connecting with the database. JDBC's primary classes and introductions are driver, connection statement, prepared statement, caliber statement, result set, and the execute exception. JDBC architecture. JDBC architecture consists of several layers that work together to facilitate database connectivity. Application layer represents the Java application that interacts with the database, uses JDBC API to send SQL queries and receive results. Example, Java application with JDBC code to perform CRUD operations. JDBC API layer contains interfaces and classes that Java applications use to interact with database. Driver manager layer manages a list of database drivers, establishes a connection between the Java application and the appropriate database driver methods. Driver manager dot connection get connection. Driver manager register driver. Driver layer contains database-specific drivers that implement the JDBC interfaces, responsible for establishing the actual connection to the database. Examples: MySQL driver, Oracle driver, and PostgreSQL driver. Database layer represents the actual database system that stores data, processes SQL queries, and returns results to the Java application. Examples: MySQL, Oracle, PostgreSQL, and SQL Server. Key JDBC interfaces. Driver manages the connection to the database. Connection represents a connection to the database. Statement used to execute SQL queries. Prepare statement exchange statement for pre-compiled SQL queries. Callable statement used to execute stored procedures. Result set represents the result set of query. Result set metadata provides metadata about the result set. Database metadata provides metadata about the database. Driver driver interface manages the communication between the Java application and the database. Connect using string URL properties info. Attempts to make a database connection to the given URL. Accepts URL uses string URL. Returns true if the driver thinks it can open a connection to the given URL. Get property info retrieves information about the possible properties for this driver. Get major version get the driver's major version number. Get minor version gets the driver's minor version number. JDBC complaint reports whether his driver is a genuine JDBC compliant. Connection interface represents a session with a specific database. Create statement creates a statement object for sending SQL statements to database. Prepare statement string SQL, which creates a prepared statement object for centered parameterized SQL statements to the database. Prepare call, which also a string SQL, creates a callable statement object for calling stored procedures in the database. Set auto commit, boolean auto commit sets this connections auto commit method. Commit makes all changes made since the previous commit or rollback permanent. Rollback, which undoes all changes made in the current transaction. Statement interface used to execute SQL queries and retrieve results. Execute query executes a SQL query and returns a result set object. Execute update executes a SQL statement and returns the number of rows affected. Execute executes a SQL statement that may return multiple results. Close results this statement's object database and JDBC resources. Get result set retrieves the current result as the result set object. Get update count. Retrieves the current result as an update count. Prepared statement interface. Extend statement for pre-compiled SQL queries. Set int. Sets the designated parameter to the given int value. Set string. Sets the designated parameter to the given string value. Execute query. Executes the SQL query in this prepared statement object and returns a result set object. Execute update. Executes the SQL statement in this prepared statement obtained, which must be an execute data manipulation language (DML) statement. Close. It releases this prepared statement objects database and JDBC resources. Callable statement interface. Used to execute stored procedures. Register out parameter. Registers the given parameter index to be of the given SQL type. Set int. Sets the designated parameter to the given int value. Set string. Sets the designated parameter to the given string value. Execute. Executes the SQL statement in this callable statement object. Get int. Retrieves the value of the designated parameter of the int. Get string retrieves the value of the designated parameter of a string. Close releases this callable statement objects database and JDBC resources. Result set interface represents the result set of a query. Next, moves the cursor to the next row in the result set object. Get int retrieves the value of the designated command in the current row as an int. Get string retrieves the value of the designated column in the current row as a string. Close releases this result set object's JDBC resources. Was null reports whether the last column read had a value of SQL null. Get metadata retrieves the result set metadata object that describes the columns of the result set object. Pros and cons of JDBC. The pros: Standard API provides a standardized interface for database access, database independence, which supports multiple database systems, promoting portability and flexibility. Comprehensive functionality supports a wide range of database operations, including advanced features. Strong integration with Java seamlessly integrates with Java applications and leverages Java exception handling. Connection pooling enhances performance by reusing connections and reducing overhead. Rich ecosystem supported by third-party libraries and frameworks, enhancing productivity and functionality. And the cons. Complexity. Managing data JDBC code can be complex and verbose, requiring careful handling of resources. Manual error handling requires explicit error handling leading to repetitive and boilerplate code. Driver dependency. Performance and features vary by driver, with some features not uniformly supported. Limited support for non-relational databases, primarily designed for relational databases, lacking built-in support for NoSQL databases. Performance overhead introduces performance overhead compared with APIs with network communication and performance. Thread safety. JDBC connection to inherently thread safe, requiring the handle concurrent access. So, in conclusion, it is a powerful and flexible API for Java database connectivity, which offers numerous advantages but also comes with its own set of challenges. Understanding the pros and cons helps in making informed decisions about when and how to use JDBC effectively. It is a crucial API that facilitates seamless interaction with Java applications and relational databases. It empowers developers with standardized methods for executing SQL queries, managing transactions, retrieving data efficiently. While JDBC offers robust database independence and comprehensive functionality, it requires careful handling of resources and explicit error management. Understanding both the strengths and challenges, developers can harness JDBC's power to build scalable, efficient database driven application. And that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you.